Penning.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and welcome to the Chair. And perhaps I should declare an interest as a former firefighter myself and the former Fire Minister. For me, I took the promise from the Housing Minister, who was a good friend of mine, an honourable gentleman, that the previous bill, the Fire Bill, was not the vehicle to bring forward and protect the leaseholders in my constituency. And I did sign some amendments as probate amendments, but I then withdrew. And I took a lot of flack in my constituency from leaseholders that said I'd let them down. I'm not going to let them down with this bill, because this bill was supposed to actually address the concerns that they have. Thousands of my leaseholders are trapped within their properties. Thousands of them have already paid unbelievable amounts of money, which they can't afford, and even if they could afford, it's morally wrong in the first place.
Well, my honourable friend is right.
Of course.
While I understand that the ministerial statement was late in being shown to us, would he agree with me that there's much in that to be optimistic about?
I agree with my honourable friend, and there was a lot in it that's good. If I'd have had a chance to read it while the Secretary of State was actually still making his speech, because I'm not that brilliant at doing these things, but I've read it since the Secretary of State sat down, and there are some good things in there. There are questions about it, which I hope, and I hope the Treasury events are listening to me, I hope to be on the committee when this goes to the committee stage. I suggest that might be slightly difficult for the ministers. But for me, I completely agree with my honourable friend from Stephen Joyett. I agree with the chairman of the Select Committee. I agree with much from the opposition front bench as well. This should not be party politics. This should be what's right or what's wrong. This is a home-owning nation, and that includes freeholders and leaseholders. This party that I'm proud to be part of is a home-owning party. And Grenfell, and I pay huge respect to the families that have lost their loved ones and that were injured, and my former colleagues that went in the right direction with their paramedic friends and the police when the rest of the public quite rightly got out of the way. The bravery of the firefighters at that incident is to be commended. But there are other issues that are not in this bill. It's not all about cladding, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's about the remedial works that they're being charged for. It's about the fire watch. I mean, I've actually heard of situations where in one block, fairly low-rise block actually, where they were told they couldn't have any mats outside their doormats, outside their front door. As a former firefighter, I look at that and I think that's bonkers. They were told to take pictures of the wall in the communal areas. That's not what went wrong at Grenfell. What went wrong at Grenfell was a systematic failure across the picture, including within the fire service, to be fair, I was trained on high-rise, and we told residents at high-rise fires to stay in their flats. We told them they were safe in the stairwell. Often they wouldn't be. But one area which fascinates me, Madam Speaker, we've referred about insurance here. We keep talking about premiums on insurance. Where are the insurance companies paying out that were premiums that were paid by the developers and contractors? Because I couldn't walk on, when I was a builder, I couldn't walk onto a building site without having liability insurance. We can do this. We did this as a government when the Mesa Viva Loma bill went through this House, where we compensated people that were dying from asbestos, where they couldn't find the insurer and they couldn't find the contract. And the government intervened. The government intervened to compensate those families and those loved ones. That's what we'll have to do on this. And I will be joining my colleagues on amendments that we signed. If I can't get on the committee stage, what a great opportunity at report stage. Not because I want to be difficult. I want to get this right for leaseholders. I was promised the previous bill wasn't the answer. This has to be the answer to put things right.